Hello and welcome to a deeper dive into one of the most talked about narratives emerging from the NFL offseason. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders and his bold comparison of his draft journey to that of the greatest quarterback in NFL history, Tom Brady. This isn't just a casual comment. Sanders is actively framing his professional origin story through the lens of Brady's legendary rise from being overlooked. Shedeur Sanders entered the 2025 NFL Draft projected by some analysts to be a potential first-round pick, maybe even a top-half selection. Yet, as the rounds unfolded in April, he kept falling. Team after team passed on him, until the Cleveland Browns finally selected him with the 144th overall pick in the 5th round. It was a significant slide, one that surprised many observers given his talent and production at Colorado. Now, during the Browns' rookie minicamp, Sanders has addressed this slide head-on by referencing a quarterback who knows perhaps better than anyone what it means to fall in the draft, Tom Brady. Brady, of course, was famously selected with the 199th pick in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft. What followed was an unprecedented 23-year career that saw him win 7 Super Bowl titles, 5 Super Bowl MVP awards, and rewrite the NFL record books. Brady's draft position, once a footnote, became part of his core identity, the ultimate underdog proving everyone wrong. When asked about Brady, who has also become a mentor to him, Shedeur Sanders didn't shy away from drawing a parallel. He stated confidently, "My story is going to be similar." He acknowledged his status as a late-round draft pick, just like Brady, but declared that none of that stuff matters as it mattered on the day. For Sanders now, the focus is on being with the Browns, excited to work, and ready to seize his opportunity. The article highlights that Tom Brady himself reached out to Sanders after the draft with encouragement specifically tied to their shared experience of falling. Brady's message to Sanders was direct and impactful: "Dude, whatever happens, wherever you go, that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was pick number 199. Yeah, so, who could speak on it better than me? What that really means, use it as motivation. You're gonna get your chances. Go take advantage of it." This isn't just generic advice, it's a legendary figure validating the potential power of the draft slide as fuel for a career. In the immediate aftermath of his draft fall, Sanders is clearly embracing this narrative and Brady's specific words of encouragement. The starting point of their NFL journeys, being overlooked quarterbacks drafted significantly lower than their perceived talent level by many, provides a compelling, shared origin story. This sets up the underdog narrative that fueled Brady for over 2 decades. However, this is where the analysis must move beyond the superficial similarity of the draft slot and delve into the immense challenge Sanders faces in making the rest of his story truly similar to Brady's. While the low draft pick provides motivation, replicating Brady's success requires embodying the traits that allowed Brady to overcome being overlooked and achieve unparalleled greatness. Another article we covered shed light on the specific reasons anonymous NFL executives cited for Shedeur Sanders' surprising draft slide. These weren't just critiques of his on-field arm strength or processing speed, though some mentioned those. A significant part of the executive feedback focused on perceived character and off-field issues, concerns about his personality, a perceived sense of entitlement, questions about his leadership style, and dissatisfaction with decisions made during the pre-draft process, such as reportedly skipping the NFL Combine and declining interviews with certain teams. Some executives also expressed concern about the perceived negative influence of his father, Deion Sanders, on his pre-draft approach. These executive critiques point to potential areas where Sanders differs significantly from the foundation upon which Tom Brady built his empire. Brady's legendary career wasn't solely about talent, it was built on an almost mythical work ethic, an unwavering commitment to preparation, an elite ability to process defenses and make quick decisions, and a profound capacity to lead a locker room and earn the respect and trust of every teammate and coach. Brady was known for his intense focus, his humility early on as he fought for a roster spot, and his relentless drive to improve every single day for over 2 decades. For Shedeur Sanders to make his story similar, he will need to address and overcome the character and leadership concerns raised by executives through his actions within the Browns organization. This means demonstrating buy-in, coachability, and the ability to be a selfless teammate focused entirely on winning. Demonstrate a work ethic and level of preparation that even approaches Brady's unparalleled standard. Outworking everyone was a hallmark of Brady's longevity and success. Prove that his on-field talent can translate consistently to the NFL level. Maximizing his physical gifts while also developing the mental processing and decision-making needed to excel under NFL pressure. Earn the trust and respect of a diverse locker room, including veterans and fellow competitors, to become the kind of leader who elevates the entire team. Just as Brady did in New England and Tampa Bay, Sanders enters a crowded quarterback room in Cleveland, currently behind veterans Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Deshaun Watson, while also competing directly with fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel for positioning on the depth chart. His first day at minicamp reportedly showed flashes of sharpness, and an insider suggested he looked better than Gabriel on Friday. But this is just the very beginning. The comparison to Tom Brady sets an incredibly high bar, perhaps the highest possible in the sport. It's a powerful motivational tool, taking a perceived negative, the draft slide, and reframing it as the opening chapter of an underdog epic. Validated by the GOAT himself. The narrative of overcoming a low draft slot is similar. However, the path to actually making the outcome of their careers similar involves Sanders needing to develop in areas where anonymous executives raised concerns. Areas that were fundamental strengths for Tom Brady. The comparison sets an incredibly high bar, framing his draft slide as an origin story. But the subsequent chapters will depend entirely on Sanders' ability to embody the traits that allowed Brady to turn a late-round pick into the greatest career in NFL history. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders is drawing inspiration from perhaps the greatest late-round success story in NFL history as he begins his professional career. Speaking at the Browns rookie minicamp on Saturday, Sanders addressed his unexpected slide in the recent draft and confidently compared his potential trajectory to that of his mentor, Tom Brady. Sanders, widely projected by many to be a much higher pick, ultimately fell to the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft before the Browns selected him with the 144th overall pick. When asked about Tom Brady, who famously was drafted with the 199th pick back in 2000 and went on to a legendary career, Sanders made a bold prediction. Quote, "My story is going to be similar," Sanders stated. He acknowledged his status as a late-round draft pick, but added that none of that stuff matters as it mattered on the day. "I'm just excited to be here and ready to work." Tom Brady, who now has a minority ownership stake in the Las Vegas Raiders, has served as a mentor to Sanders. Earlier this week, Brady commented on Sanders' draft day, clarifying he had no influence on the Raiders not selecting him and revealing he sent Sanders an encouraging text message afterward. Brady recounted his advice, quoting, "Dude, whatever happens, wherever you go, that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was pick number 199. Yeah, so, who could speak on it better than me? What that really means, use it as motivation. You're gonna get your chances. Go take advantage of it." Brady's own NFL career is a testament to overcoming a late draft position, rising from being deep on the depth chart to winning 7 Super Bowl titles and 5 Super Bowl MVP awards over 23 seasons. Like Brady at the start of his career, Sanders enters a crowded quarterback room in Cleveland, which includes veterans Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Deshaun Watson, along with fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, who was drafted in the 3rd round. Sanders took his first steps on the field in a Browns uniform during Friday's minicamp practice, participating in drills and short scrimmages where he showed glimpses of his ability, including throwing 2 touchdowns. While the path ahead is long and competitive, Shedeur Sanders is clearly embracing the challenge of his draft position and looking to follow in the footsteps of his Hall of Fame mentor, Tom Brady, as he vies for a role with the Cleveland Browns.